Hey guys, it's me, Elisa, and I have to apologize for the way that I look. Honestly, I have a good reason. My life has been extremely hectic lately, and that's the reason why the videos I have been uploading lately have been kind of short, just because I've always been in a hurry. The next few days, I've been working 2 jobs, so I've been extremely busy. I've been hanging out with all my friends who are about to move back. I'm about to move out into my apartment in a few days, and I start school in like a week and a half. I'm not too sure. So it's been extremely busy, extremely hectic. So I'm trying to like knock out all the videos within the next day because I am on a really short timer, but this is what drives me crazy. This request that I'm about to do, it's the longest request that I've gotten. Like, not ever, but like recently. I've had much longer. And so I read it to the camera, you know, and then I spend, it takes about maybe, well, I don't know how long it takes to read it, but the video ends up being 35 minutes, almost 40 minutes. Almost 40 minutes of me just talking. I go back to watch it, you know, to make sure I make sense. The audio didn't record. I'm literally just sitting there for 35 minutes, like literally, I went crazy. I like reset my computer. I adjusted the volumes. I went in the settings and like messed with the volumes. I was like, this has to be a joke, but the volume didn't record, or the audio didn't record. So I didn't even like try to re-record it. I just went downstairs and I watched Jeopardy, and I did some research for school stuff, and then I came back upstairs, and now I'm gonna do it. And hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Oh my god, I hope you can hear me. If you can't hear me, I'm still gonna upload this video, and you guys are just gonna have to read my lips because I'm not doing this for a 3rd time. So I'm gonna read the request and I'm gonna answer it, and the good thing is I know exactly what I'm gonna say because I've had 35 minutes worth of practice. Hi. Hey, I'm reaching out to you because your videos have been super helpful. Oh, by the way, I have coconut oil in my eyes to help my eyelashes grow. So my eyes are kind of blurry right now, so if I like squint a lot, that's why. I'm reaching out because your videos have been super helpful / informative. I have a very specific / confusing question, and I was wondering if I could get your personal feedback / opinion on it. Hopefully this won't be too big a wall of text, lol. My girlfriend and I have dated on and off for 5 years, starting in our senior year of high school in 2012. I broke things off with her in a rough way 6 months into that first relationship because I wanted to go to college single. Every guy does, I promise. Fast forward to senior year. Fast forward to sophomore year, I can't see. We started talking for a bit again and became friends with benefits. She would drive like an hour to my apartment at school and leave at like 3 a.m. like 3 days in a row. 3 days in a week, I'm sorry. Going into junior year, once again, I was the one to cut ties. After about 6 months of no talking, we caught up and started dating because I came home to drop out of school to pursue music production. Since this time, December 2015, when we got back together, I cannot see. We had dated until 2 weeks ago. We've lived together for the entire duration, first in an apartment together and then in a house. She had paid for the house's mortgage, but I had contributed to the bills and basically furnished the entire 2 floors. I look so gross right now, but I don't care. In this time, we got 3 rescue dogs together, aw, puppies, who I'm extremely connected to, and constantly talked about spending the rest of our lives together. At some point earlier this year, we started to get distant and spend less and less time together, until I was even going to bed within 4 hours of her, and was dedicating all my time to music and drinking like 4 days a week. You need to watch out, you're going to get cirrhosis of the liver. In May, she said she needed to change, or she said that things needed to change, and that we needed to be more of a couple like we used to be. And in July, after not doing anything about it, she told me I had to leave. The day after I was leaving, flowers arrived from some guy I didn't even know about. About 5 days after I moved out, she entered a relationship with some guy in the Army who was stationed in Kentucky, but we live in Pennsylvania, very far apart. So I assumed the flowers were from him. The day before, she blocked me on Facebook and announced that relationship. Wow, she announced it. I didn't pay attention to that the first time I read this. She had to come to where I was, my parents' house, to get back one of her credit cards. When she came at 2 a.m. for it, we ended up making out, and after she was crying about how lonely she was and how in love with me she was, and she didn't want this right now. I decided to implement no contact like the day the relationship was announced. Since then, I have been removed on Snapchat and Instagram as well. This was about 6 days ago. However, being a SoundCloud producer, I have a pro account and can see the stats of who listens to what and how many times. Since she has announced their relationship, she has listened to my music 9 times. 3 of those plays in the last 3 days. Also, there was a melodic sad song that I showed her about 3 months ago, and I noticed she never clicked on it on her SoundCloud. But this week when I saw that she was playing my music, I clicked on her account, saw that she had liked and went and liked that melodic song. I'm just getting such mixed signals. She's living in our house, in our parentheses her house all alone. All the TVs are mine. I painted the walls, picked up the carpets, named the dogs, even though she signed the adoption papers, and basically I was the only one who cooked, so everything in the kitchen is mine, including the fridge. The grass probably hasn't been cut because I did that too, with all my own lawn stuff. I don't know how she can function in that house where everything reminds her of me. Who knows? Yeah. Today she deleted me on Instagram even though I haven't reached out or clicked like on anything in like weeks. Oh, and also the dude she's with now has some likeness to how I was a couple years ago. When we first got together, I listened to post-hardcore bands like Sausen. Pardon me if I'm saying that wrong. And this guy she's with now is like me from a time machine 5 years ago. Long bangs, etc., all that shit. I want to think it's a rebound relationship and she is trying to fill a void, but she seems to totally have fallen for this guy. Also, a lot of my music shit is still at the house, and I want it back because I'm trying to get booked in Philly in October, but at the same time, I want to keep no contact going. So sorry for this wall of text. I just don't know what to think these days. It's so painful being back at my parents' house and seeing her moving on. Her best friend is totally like rooting for this new relationship too. I saw her comments on the new guy's Facebook and she was like, "OMG, I love you, pulling on my heartstrings." LMAO, like what? Anyway, any type of feedback / advice / what direction to take would be so appreciated. Last thing, LOL, in the car that night a week ago, right before they announced that relationship, I was totally cool about it, like faking it. Like I was going to move on to, and how I was going to get booked and have fun. She was crying and said that because she knows artists get to F around, and girls totally melt over that. She said something like, quote, "Of course, now that you move out, your music is going to take off," and, quote, "I'm afraid if I meet someone and he doesn't turn out to be what I thought, you'll never talk to me again," unquote. IDK, that's all I can say. Thank you for reading, heart. So effing sorry. Didn't think I'd write this much. I never look up to these videos or do shit like this. I feel lame for doing it, but I need relief / advice. Alright, so I'm just going to repeat what I said in my last video, the 35-minute one that didn't record. Don't apologize. Everybody, no matter how strong you are, you need to vent, you need to grieve, and you need to hear from other people, even if it's a 19-year-old on the internet that you don't even know. So thank you for trusting me. Thank you for coming to me. It means a lot. And everything that I'm going to say, it's going to be out of love and out of your best interest and out of your best intention and from a stranger to a stranger. No bias, no nothing. I'm only here to help you, not hurt you. So I really hope you take what I have to say and you really use it to nurture your choices. So another thing I want to mention is that looking for advice is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. I used to be like you. I used to be like, I don't want to talk to anyone about my problems because I'm strong enough to handle it on my own. And in a way, I'm still like that. I don't like talking to people about how I feel. I don't like telling people what's bringing me down. I like dealing with it on my own. But sometimes it builds up, and I do need to talk about it, and I do need to get it out. And it feels good to talk about it to someone. So I'm glad you have me. I wish I would have had a me because I never had one. All these counselors on YouTube charge like $20 for 1 minute of talking, which is so stupid. Although I would like to make money, I'm not going to charge you guys just because this is out of the goodness of my own heart. But anyways, so I am going to break down this email because it is a long time, or not a long time, a long chunk of words. So the first thing I talked about was how I 100% do not trust this girl. 100%. That's not the first thing that I said, but I guess I'll just continue with that. So I don't trust this girl because she cheated on him with you, and she cheated on you with him. She can't decide what or who she wants, so she's thinking that she can just have both y'all, and it's totally okay, and both you guys are just gonna have to deal with it because she's like playing that Hannah Montana role where she was in between Jesse and Jake. That's what she's doing right now, and a cheater doesn't deserve a second chance, but I will get into that later. So the main thing I do want to focus on is that she is very insecure and she's very scared of you. And let me tell you why. It's because you broke up with her twice. Anytime you break up with a girl, no matter how much she loves you, no matter how much she wants to be with you, she will always be terrified that you're going to leave her again. And that is a promise. You can promise her anything in the world. You can put the biggest diamond on her finger. You can buy her the biggest house. And instead of 3 dogs, you can buy her 20 dogs. But if you have a history of leaving her, she's always going to be afraid that you're going to do that again. And you've left her twice. And at one point, you guys were even friends with benefits, which shows her that she wasn't worthy of a genuine relationship at one point in y'all's lives. Just a friend with a benefit. So she's insecure and she's scared. And if I were her, not to justify her actions, but if I were her, I would be scared of you too. That's point A. Point B, she is 10 times more scared. Because for the first time ever, you guys are living together. Or you did live together. So now, she has all these fears that you're going to leave her. But on top of that, she has all these fears that you're going to leave her when you're sleeping 1 foot away from her. Or when you're living under the same roof as her. She's terrified because now if you leave her, then what? You guys have everything together now. You know, you combined your credit cards and your dogs and your bills and your house. Like, you have everything together. So now she's like, oh my God, if he, like, leaves me again, I'm going to lose everything. And so she has all this fear towards you and towards y'all's relationship that she doesn't know how to admit to this. She doesn't know how to, like, cope with the fear. So, therefore, she's turning to someone else for it. She's turning to someone else to alleviate her fear. Another reason why she turned to him, look how squared away my thoughts are. You know, I should record every video twice more often. Oh, wait, I do. Another reason why she turned to that guy, not because she was scared that you're going to leave her again, but she's not in love with who you are now, but she's in love with who you were. And you even said that. You said that he emulates exactly who you were when you were younger. You also said that she misses the way y'all used to be. She wants to be a couple like y'all used to. She keeps making she keeps like giving hints that who you guys are now is not who she wants or what she wants. She doesn't want this. She doesn't want the relationship with all these insecurities in it. She doesn't want the you that's left her twice. She doesn't want the you that she cheated on. She doesn't want this now. She doesn't want what you guys have now. She wants what she used to have, which is the band, the you that listened to Salson and that had the bangs and etc. and all that shit. Like, she wants the old thing back. But since she can't have it, she's looking for that in someone else. That's exactly what it is. She doesn't love him. She loves what he reminds her of, and that is the old you. So here's her problem. She's not in love with him, and she's not in love with this new version of you. She's in love with something that is dead. Something that is in the past. The reason why she can't truly, genuinely love you now is because she's so afraid of you. And I would be too. I'm afraid of you. I'm afraid of you because you've left her twice. And you guys have just had so many problems. And she just wants that comfort back. She wants that restoration back. She wants you guys to be how you used to be. And she can't get it from you anymore because you ruined it when you left her. So she's looking for it in someone else. I promise you, there's been so many guys that I've dated just because they reminded me of a better time in my life. Not because I like them, but because they reminded me of a happier me. Of a me that I am not me. A me that I'm not anymore, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind. She's afraid of you. And she doesn't know what to do. She's too scared to, like, be with you and just accept this new relationship that y'all have. The new obstacles that you guys have and the new, like, scars that y'all have. She doesn't want that. She wants what she used to have, and she's living in the past, and it's the most unhealthy thing that she can do. And as a result, she's cheating on you because she's looking for what she used to have in someone that she thinks she loves, but she doesn't. And I'm 99.999100100. I'm not good at math. Percent sure that was just a joke, by the way. That's what she's doing. I made a really good point in my last video too. I need to think about it. Hold on. Another thing I want to mention. This is what I just thought of. Another reason why she did what she did by turning to the other guy is because she misses. This goes along with what I just said. She misses what used to be. And the reason why she's not getting it anymore is not only because of you lying to her, but because of the change of heart. Obviously, there was a change of heart. Obviously, something happened that brought you guys apart, that pulled you apart. Something happened that made you, or that made her date someone else. And you know what it is? It's the fact that you are sleeping 1 foot away from her, or you did sleep 1 foot away from her, but she felt like she was 10 miles away from you. You guys lived under the same roof, but she felt like you were living on opposite sides of the world. It doesn't matter how physically close you are to somebody. You can be 1 inch away from somebody and feel like they are the furthest person in the world, and I know exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what falling out of love feels like. It's like you're laying with a corpse. It's like you're looking at something that you used to have. You're looking at something that you used to love. You're touching the skin of somebody that you used to be crazy in love with. You're touching the skin of someone that used to send shivers down your spine and make you feel pits in your stomach, but now it's just skin. You're looking into the eyes of someone that used to mesmerize you and paralyze you, but now they're just eyes. They're just big glass eyes. And I know that's like super deep, but that's true. That's what falling out of love is. She is so physically close to you, or she was, but she's never felt more far away. She felt so distant, and it's because all of these little things that were building up, they weren't enough to save the mortgage, or the dogs, or the papers, or the bills. It doesn't matter what you share with someone. It matters what you have with them, like not physically, but like spiritually, like mentally. Like, it's not just the stuff. I don't want to say the F word because I want this to be somewhat kid friendly, but F-U-C-K stuff. It's just materialistic. You can literally, if you truly love somebody, you can live under a box with them and be perfectly happy. But I feel like you guys tried building your life around something that clearly was doomed to fall apart. You can't buy a house big enough to lose your problems in. You can't buy a car expensive enough to drive away from your problems in. Like, your problems will always follow you, no matter the wedding label, no matter the size of the ring, no matter the amount of dogs, no matter the bills, no matter anything. Like, you can't get rid of that. The only thing that will get rid of the problems is you and her and y'all's decision to do something about it. So that's another thing that I want to bring up, is that she was with you physically, but maybe not mentally. You know, before someone physically cheats on you, they're mentally cheating on you. A physical cheater is the same thing as a mental cheater, vice versa. And that goes back to the very first point that I made in this video after I finished reading the question, is that I do not trust her. I don't think you should trust her. She can't trust you because you left her 2 times. And you shouldn't trust her because she cheated on you with someone else. And she cheated on the army guy, which nobody deserves to be cheated on. But if you cheat on someone in the military, that is effed up. I'm a military child. I honor this country with pride. I take the military so seriously, and I believe no one deserves to be cheated on, especially those who are serving this country, those who are overseas doing their duty, and they have no idea what's going on with their partner back home. So step 1, you need to tell that man, say, look, stop. Stop with her. Leave her alone. I'm not doing this for her. I'm doing this for you. You're dating a cheater. I need you to stop and find someone better. It's going to hurt him, but he deserves to know the truth. So first of all, don't let her lead him on. Because if she says she's lonely when she's dating him, she needs to leave him the heck alone and let him serve his country and forget about her. Because honestly, I do not like her. And nothing you say can make me like her. And I know I'm only hearing your side of the story right now, and I don't know her side, but according to your side, I don't like her. I don't trust her, and the fact that she cheated on 2 people, and she's playing both of y'all like violins, and you're letting her, it's idiotic. And this is another point that I want to make. 5 years is shit. 5 years is a long time, but I feel like you guys are only wanting to stay together because you've been together. You only want to be with her because you've been with her. What if you would have met her now? What if you would have met her in a coffee shop today, a couple hours ago? Would you still want to be with her? Would you like the person that she is? Or do you only like her because you've liked her for the past 5 years? Time doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you've done. It doesn't matter how many years you have under your belt. It doesn't matter how many anniversary cards you've written. All that matters is where you want to go with them. For example, my aunt and uncle, they were together for 30 years. I use this example all the time. towards the end of their 30-year span, they fell out of love with each other. And as soon as that happened, they kept staying together because they convinced themselves that that was right. They only stayed together because they've been together for 30 years. But that's when my uncle, who's not my family, my aunt is my family member, my uncle is who was married into the family, he cheated on her with someone else, and he left. He finally did something about his unhappiness with her, and I don't think cheating was the right way to do it, but he had to leave. I wish he wouldn't have cheated, because that really ruined a lot. But he didn't know what else to do. Personally, I think he should have divorced her first, and then ran away with this little girl, but he decided to cheat first and then leave. It doesn't matter that 30 years of their lives are gone. It doesn't matter that they were together for 30 years. It doesn't matter that they had 2 kids together. It doesn't matter that they had an X amount of dogs. It doesn't matter that they've traveled all over the country. None of that matters if they don't love each other anymore. You need to look at not where you have been, but where you're going. Do you really see yourself going somewhere with this girl? Do you really see yourself marrying her and having kids with her and living in a house together forever and not being kicked out all the time? Or do you only see that because you've been with her? I really hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, if you would have met her this month, would you still want everything with her? Or do you only want it with her because she is what you know and she is what you're comfortable with? It doesn't matter where you've been, it just matters where you're going. And I don't want you to think that you owe her the rest of your life because you've already given her 5 years of it. That's BS, and it's the same vice versa. My aunt and uncle, they've been together for 30 years, and I promise you, if they can end it and walk away and start new lives with other people in their 50s, I promise you can do it too. I promise. Time is not an excuse to be unhappy. 5 years is nothing. People can be together for 80 years, and if they're unhappy, they should still leave. 5 years is nothing. So that's the final point I want to make, is that don't let y'all's history be the bond that keeps you together if both y'all don't see each other in y'all's futures, and if you do not truly love her. You can't trick yourself to love somebody. You can't fool yourself to love somebody. If you don't love someone, you don't. You can love what they were. You can love that she was your girlfriend for 5 years. You can love the 5 years that she occupied. You can love the idea of a partner, but you can't love somebody if you don't anymore. And it is 100% possible to fall out of love. You can completely love somebody. I bet you every single couple that got a divorce knew they loved their partner when they were saying I do. But people fall out of love. It's normal. It shouldn't be. It's kind of sad. It's effed up, really. But it is inevitable. So don't let 5 years hold you together if it's not what you want, because I promise you are young. The music industry is full of really cool people. You're going to find better people. And she's going to find someone that actually, trusts her. And good luck with that, sister. I wouldn't trust someone like that. She's sending you mixed messages online. She does that girls do that all the time. We do that to get a reaction out of you because she's lonely. She doesn't know what she wants. She doesn't want the army guy, but she doesn't want you. She just wants attention. That's why she's doing this online stuff. Take it from me. I'm a girl. I've been there, done that. The only difference is I'm a lot younger than y'all, and I'm way more mature than she is and I haven't even had a relationship for 5 years. But I know I'm more mature than her because I wouldn't do half the things that she did. That's pretty much all I need to say. So as of what you need to do, you need to talk to her one more time, I think. And you need to say, look, I need to make a permanent decision. Well, first of all, I don't even think y'all should be together. But I don't know your relationship that well. All I know is what you told me. But based off of what you told me, I don't think y'all should be together just because the relationship is a mess. I feel like there's a lot of irreparable damage. I feel like there's too many issues to come back from. But then again, people can make do out of everything, but I would never be with someone that cheated on me, nor would I ever be with someone that doesn't trust me, and she doesn't trust you, and she cheated on you. So I would leave. I know it's hard, but I know that there's better out there, and there's better for you, and there's better for her. You guys just have to let go of each other in order to find it. So if I were you, I would tell her, look, well, you say what you need to say, but if it was me, I would say, look, I'm done. I want my stuff back. I will pay whatever I need to get my stuff back. You need to save up your money. You need to bring all your stuff back to your parents' house or get your own place. Bring it all back. Let her figure it out on her own where she's going to get her fridge from and her paint from. She can go to the shelter and buy new dogs or just split y'all's dogs. You have 3. Someone takes 2. Someone takes 1. I don't think you guys are healthy for each other anymore, and I do think that you guys burned out. but it's like striking a match that's already been burned. You're trying to reignite something that is burned out, and I don't think it's healthy for you. But however, that is my opinion. If you ask other people, they might tell you otherwise. But however, you did come to me, so I am allowed to give you my opinion. I told you in the beginning, it's only for your best interest. But I do think it's time for it to be done. But you know in your heart what you need to do. Just think about it and really sit on it. And don't forget to, like, I don't know if you're a Christian or not, but praying helps a lot. It really brings you peace. And sometimes if you pray hard enough, you can actually hear signs or see signs of what you need to do. It happens with me a lot. Sometimes I'll pray about something, then I'll see it in my dreams at night, and I know it's, like, not really a coincidence. So, but others might argue against that. Thank you so much for your request. Let me know how it goes. I'm sorry this took forever to get back to. It's been hectic, but hopefully this helps and gives you some insight as to what you need to do. So good luck. If anybody wants to contact me, watch my YouTube video called Contact Me. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Stuff is in the bio down below. Like this video and subscribe to my page and tell your friends about me because I'm awesome. Alright, peace out guys. Have a good night.